The Keweenaw Peninsula juts out into one of the world's largest lakes and largest source of fresh water for the United States.
It's surrounded by Lake Superior on 3 sides.
It's also the land of the Keweenaw Bay Indian community.
I'm Meneguzzo. I'm the Executive Director of the Keweenaw Community Foundation.
And my name is Rachael Pressley. I'm the Planning Director for the Western UP Planning and Development Region.
Copper Harbor, which we'll go to today, is the furthest town from an interstate in the continental United States. The kind of closeness and the resilience of a group of people that live in remote areas that creates a unique and special aspect.
Over Father's Day weekend in June of 2018, we experienced a 1,000-year flood event. Many of our roads were washed out. We were having difficulty with keeping the bridge down and the connection between Houghton and Hancock. North of the bridge is all of our hospitals and our emergency services vehicles, and those were cut off from Houghton at the time in the morning. And so that event was declared a national disaster.
As you can see, doing rescue in a space like this, one, there's not cell service, so it's not easy for people to contact for emergency needs. And that really creates the need to be thinking about how do we maintain, with a small population, emergency service. And so one of the big projects that the Community Foundation has been involved in over the last few years is thinking about that specific question. So we got a $50,000 rural readiness grant to do some planning and community engagement work. So we brought together people who are really involved and concerned about this challenge that the county is facing to problem solve and say, okay, what would it take? What do we need? What are the biggest issues? What do we want the future to look like? And we basically came together and understood that we really need a centralized place where the equipment and the volunteers and the training can happen.
The collaboration that occurred in the community since the Father's Day flood is an incredible opportunity for us to continue to work together to upgrade our infrastructure and increase resilience. In late 2023, the U.S. EPA released a $20 million community change grant opportunity.
Rachael and I worked for about 6 months or so on the application, putting together 14 different projects that were going to be serving the region. They were very diverse in the different makeup of them, but I think one of the greatest things that came out of it for me personally, but also organizationally, and I think as a community, was to start thinking about what does a collaborative governance structure look like, and how can we make decisions as a collective instead of all these different individual groups kind of going after things and not really thinking about it as a collective.
Most of my work has really been focused on equity and community-driven projects, and almost all of my projects have been impacted by the change in federal funding. What's at stake with the loss of funding?
Hope.
The economic impacts for not funding these plans at the level that is required is devastating for the community. We could see losses in infrastructure, losses in life, losses of land access, losses of coastal or coastline access. We see losses of habitat. Economic impacts are kind of a cascading effect.
I think there can be a perception that rural communities need all this help, and I think that a lot of rural communities have what they need, and I think that's a really important thing to continue to champion, that we do have strengths, we do offer a lot. This country and the world need rural spaces, and those places need these types of opportunities to share their stories.